All right, this is your final review, numbers 35, 36, and 37. We need to find the value of x and round the length to the nearest tenth. Right now they have this angle of depression outside of your triangle. This angle and this angle are the same. So I'm going to write 40 in here, and then we're going to use our trig just like we did before. So S is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. And we're going to go ahead and figure out how to find that length. So we have our angle here. Across from our angle, we have 50, which means that 50, or 500, excuse me, that's our opposite. X is across from our right angle, so it's going to be our hypotenuse. So we have OH, so we're going to use sine. Remember, I'm going to do the sine of my angle. Sine of 40 equals the opposite, which is 500, over the hypotenuse, which is x. We're trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to start by multiplying both sides by x. Then we have x sine of 40 equals 500. To get rid of my sine of 40, we'll divide both sides by the sine of 40. These will cancel, and we'll have x equals 500 divided by the sine of 40. And we're going to type that into our calculator. So do 500 divided by the sine of 40. When you do that, you get 777.86. If we round it, it's 777.9 as your final answer, which is A. 36, again, we're still just using SOHCAHTOA. This one's all set up for you. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So this is my angle here. Across from it's my opposite. O, next to it's my adjacent. And across from my right angle is my hypotenuse. I notice I have A and H, so I'm not going to use tangent, even though I circled it. I'm going to use cosine. We're going to do the cosine of our angle, which is 36, equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So x over 8. I need to move 8 to the both other sides, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. And when I do that, I get x equals 8 cosine of 36. And that's what I'm going to type into my calculator. So we're going to do 8 cosine of 36. X would equal 6.47, which if I round that, it's 6.5, which is A. And for 37, we're doing the same thing. We're going to use SOHCAHTOA, so sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. We have our angle here, and across from that angle, we have our opposite. I'm going to switch colors so it doesn't blend. Next to it, we have our adjacent. We have OA, so we're going to use tangent. So I'm going to do the tangent of 35 equals x over 12, opposite over adjacent. We need to move our 12 to the other side, so we're going to multiply both sides by 12. When we do that, we get x equals 12 tangent of 35. Hopefully by the end of all this, y'all are pros at trig. So we're going to do 12 tan 35, and we get 8.40. So our final answer is going to be 8.4, which is C.